911, what's your emergency?
Based on true events. It was just after 7 a.m. on October 11th in Kyiv's Obolonsky district. A quiet, gray morning over the Dnipro River. Traffic had barely started moving when a passerby noticed a black Lamborghini Urus idling near the edge of a park. At first it looked ordinary. Kyiv had grown accustomed to luxury vehicles gliding through its streets, symbols of wealth born from the new digital gold rush. But this one wasn't moving. The engine hummed, the driver's window slightly open, condensation clouding the glass from the inside. When police arrived minutes later, they found 32-year-old Konstantin Kostya Galich, one of Ukraine's most recognizable cryptocurrency traders, slumped over the steering wheel. A single gunshot wound to the head, a registered firearm beside him. The scene was quiet, too quiet for a man who had once moved millions with a single tweet. On the seat next to him lay his phone, open to his Telegram chat window. The last message sent was to his family. It simply read, "I'm sorry I tried." To understand the man in the Lamborghini, you have to understand the world he helped build. Konstantin Galich wasn't born into privilege. He grew up in Odessa, the son of a school teacher and a port worker. Friends remember him as quiet but calculating, the kid who turned every math problem into a competition. In his 20s, Galich discovered Bitcoin, back when it was more curiosity than currency. He mined from a borrowed laptop sold early, then bought back in during every dip, building both skill and obsession. By 2018, he was known in Eastern European trading circles as Kostya Kudo, a nickname from his early online handle meaning the silent bull. Markets aren't numbers, he often said. They're emotions pretending to be logic. His calm confidence drew thousands. His students called him the brain of the blockchain. By 2022, he'd become a global figure, appearing in podcasts, conferences, and documentaries. He owned a car most traders only dreamed of, a 2020 Lamborghini Urus. From the outside, life was perfection, fame, fortune, and followers. But those who looked closer saw the cracks forming beneath the gloss. In November 13, 2022, Galich posted his last tweet reflective messages. One read, "Anyone wondering why Rasure XS is pumping? Someone somehow bought a $500K worth on my account. I have multiple security levels. Nobody accessed my account. WTF?" Another said, "You don't lose to the market. You lose to the mirror." On October 10th, U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 100% tariff on all Chinese imports, sending shockwaves through global markets. Almost instantly, cryptocurrency exchanges began to bleed. Bitcoin plunged nearly 8%, dropping to $111,500. Ethereum fell 12.7% to $3,178. Within 24 hours, more than $19 billion in leveraged positions were wiped out. It became the largest liquidation event in crypto history, bigger than the 2020 COVID crash or the 2022 FTX collapse. Over 1.6 million trading accounts were erased overnight, and one of them belonged to Konstantin Galich. Investigators later learned that in the 72 hours before his death, Galich had lost nearly $30.5 million across multiple exchanges. He had used high leverage, risky positions magnified by borrowed funds, expecting a market rebound that never came. On the night of October 10th, surveillance footage captured his Lamborghini leaving his Kyiv apartment around 11:50 p.m. He stopped briefly at a gas station, bought water, and drove toward the Obolonsky district. At 12:23 a.m., he sent his final message to a family group chat. "I love you all. Don't blame anyone. It's just time to stop." The next morning, his body was found. The Kyiv Police Department issued a statement on Telegram that same afternoon. Investigators are determining whether Galich's death was self-inflicted or involved foul play. A firearm registered to the deceased was found at the scene. Family members stated he had expressed feelings of depression due to financial difficulties. Detectives noted that there were no signs of struggle. The gunshot wound was consistent with a close-range discharge. Gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. But something felt off. His phone had no biometric lock activated. Unusual for a man known for paranoia about security, his car doors were unlocked. And the Lamborghini's dash cam had been wiped clean. Was it despair or design? Friends described Galich as intense, methodical to the point of obsession. He would go days without sleep, monitoring trading screens and algorithmic signals. When police searched his apartment, they found a handwritten note inside his trading journal. It wasn't a farewell, more like an autopsy of his own mind. It read, "The market doesn't kill you. Hope does. Every trader dies twice, once when the chart breaks, and again when they realize they can't fix it." Next to it was an unopened envelope labeled "For my students." Inside was a USB drive. It contained recorded lectures on trading psychology, annotated with personal comments. One file, titled "Final Lesson," ended with his voice saying softly, "If you ever start believing that money makes you invincible, remember me. The market doesn't love anyone." The crypto community erupted. His followers, more than 200,000 across Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube, flooded social media with tributes and conspiracy theories. Some claimed the suicide was staged, that he'd been silenced after exposing insider trading between US and Asian exchanges. Others said he'd faked his death to start anew in Dubai. But the autopsy was clear. The wound, trajectory, and residue all aligned with self-inflicted action. The gun was registered in his name. The timeline heartbreakingly consistent. Yet, as always in crypto, truth and speculation merged into myth. His death became more than a tragedy. It became a symbol. The moment when the line between financial genius and self-destruction blurred into one. In the end, Konstantin Galich wasn't a villain or a hero. He was a reflection of a system that rewards risk and punishes rest. The same man who helped thousands make money couldn't buy himself a moment of calm. And as the crypto world moves on, his story lingers. A digital ghost reminding traders what's truly at stake. Because in crypto, fortunes rise and fall every second. But some losses can never be recovered. This was crypto trader found dead in Lamborghini amid $19 billion market crash. Was it a tragic accident of the mind or something deeper hidden behind market manipulation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to True Crime Archives, where every day we uncover the stories that were never meant to be found.